Yo, what's going on, bro? My name is Sam Walford. I'm a 16-year-old dropout entrepreneur from Coventry in the UK, and I help young guys, maybe just like you, to start out in some sort of self-improvement related coaching, whether that be fitness, like in Joseph's case, or anything else self-improvement related. And this here was a sales call between me and Joseph on, I don't even know when it was. It wasn't 21st of December, it was a few days ago. And I'm not going to tell you whether I closed him or not. There's going to be timestamps in the description or in the little video bar if you want to skip around or whatnot. But this could be some valuable sort of sales insight and sales training, especially if you're sort of like trying to book calls in this sort of coaching space on school. This is a sort of good look into. I mean, I hope I'm, I'm hoping I'm a good example. That's why I'm uploading this to show you like a sort of good example of, I guess, how to objection handle and again how to handle sales, so that hopefully you do end up closing at a pretty nice rate. And just not to brag. I mean, it's not even a good rate. I closed at about 20%, which isn't bad. It's not like great, but this is insight, okay? Because I'm pretty much at 10k a month now, and so this is just insight for you to study, timestamps and everything like that for you to go through. I know this is going to be pretty long, but yeah, that's it. I ain't telling you if I'm closing them or not, and I'll just say, I know on the last call I uploaded, yeah, I closed Evan. You never know. You never know. I might close him. I might not. Okay. You'll see from the video. That's my little tension to keep you watching. But yeah, that's the yap at the start of this video. Enjoy and make notes and improve, and maybe comment your notes down in the description. Also, if you want to be on if you want to be on one of these videos and you want me to pitch you, potentially work with me, or you just want to get all my stuff for free on my sales scripts, everything like that, to learn everything from me. If you like me enough from this video, then my free school is linked down in the bottom of this video. The link's there, again, everything's completely free. So if you want to get pitched to me, you want to be in one of those videos, then yeah, you can go there. But yeah, that's enough of the app, and yeah, enjoy. My laptop isn't letting me fucking copy and paste shit.
Oh,
Working, like, no, even if I like right click and click copy and paste, it just doesn't do it.
what happened to it?
Hmm?
What happened to it?
I don't know. It was literally working fine 10 minutes ago.
Oh, is it like
And
a laptop or a MacBook? Like,
it's a Mac, yeah.
oh,
It's literally the fucking like newest, best one. It still has fucking problems.
yeah.
I think it might be Notion, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Notion. It ain't letting me copy into Notion. That's what it is. Alright, it's not a laptop, it's Notion. It's fine. It's fine. Basically, I was just trying to copy and paste the questions you told me from our last call into this like new document, basically.
Yeah.
Just have it there, but it's fine. I can just sort of, I mean, to get to what I was gonna say anyway for what I want to do today. Pretty much first thing I want to do is just recap through everything, and that's what I needed to fucking copy and paste for to get it into the sort of roadmap document and everything. But I can just switch between the two. So the first thing I want to do is just like recap over everything that you told me yesterday. Not, was it yesterday? No.
I think it was 2 days ago. I think it was on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was on Wednesday. You are right. Yeah, recap over everything first thing. And then after that, obviously, I'll walk you through your sort of roadmap, which I've built out for you and everything, action steps moving forward, all that sort of stuff. Okay. And obviously, you're going to get your roadmap for completely free, obviously. But I also want to offer you my help in implementing a roadmap through my one-on-one mentorship, and we can talk about if you want to be a part of that or not later on the call. Right. So does that sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So yeah, just to recap through everything. Obviously, what you're focusing on right now is mostly just partially in the gym, like bulking up, putting on muscle, but then obviously making money through coaching, which is obviously what we're going to focus on today.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been getting on calls doing free work, which is really great, like having that sort of foundation you've already been setting up, getting on those calls, getting that experience, understanding who you're helping, which is, yeah, really, really great. Obviously, yeah, at the moment, because of Christmas break, you're putting in more work, but obviously when you're at school and everything, are you in like high school or something like that?
Yeah.
11. Yeah, yes, 1.5 years left. That's cool. So yeah, obviously you're trying to just put work in every day, like school, gym, work on the business in the evening. Or do you do work before school in the morning?
No, I don't.
No. Yeah, but obviously, yeah, just out of school, putting work in pretty much into this business, and it seems you made some pretty good progress on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, in terms of future moving forward, I really respect this, that you'd stick to business, go all in till you're obviously older before. So
Yeah.
you still have to move, and then at that point, you're probably going to the military or do some sort of other cool career. Sorry?
If it all fails, then yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're 16, like 5 fucking years, bro, that's a long time, you know. Like from when I was 14 to 16, I got up to pretty much 10K a month. So
yeah, bro, I know it's possible. I just gotta keep putting the work in and being consistent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but then on a more tangible sense, in terms of what you're actually doing right now, obviously you've just been following Charlie Morgan's course, Imperium Academy. So obviously you've made your school with that. Obviously you want to eventually get to doing sales calls and everything, but right now I think you're just doing research calls. Is that right?
Yeah.
And obviously you're helping sort of skinny guys with a 9-to-5 job, guys who are always busy, but obviously do have money and aren't completely broke to.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of bulk up, you know, even if they don't have loads and loads of time. And obviously it's like you've been making YouTube videos, been networking in school, just in a load of different communities. I think, did you comment on my post I made in Synthesizer about the calls?
Yeah, I think I put 6 calls on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say that, and I think you said you're getting most of your calls from school, aren't you?
Yeah, networking through there. Two of them, the YouTube. So
right.
2 of them were from the YouTube.
Yeah. Your YouTube is doing pretty good too.
You think so? I mean, it's been slow recently. I think I'm improving the videos. I'm only gonna post 2 videos, but really up the editing, the quality, and the advice that I'm gonna give.
What I mean by doing good, you're not getting like ridiculously low views, you know.
Yeah.
Like it seems like you're getting out like at minimum like 50 pretty much, and most of the videos are like 100. Like one's got 300 there. I mean, like a month ago they would seem to be not doing as good. But
yeah, they were dead like basically the whole December until like last week, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really do YouTube. I still get like maybe on average between like 300 to 500 views per video. But I still don't focus on YouTube at all. You know. Sorry.
You're not focusing on it too much.
It doesn't bring enough in. Like I uploaded a video like 2 days ago. It's literally a whole hour 30 long sales call recording, like as high quality content as you can get. It gets 270 views, and I booked 1 call off it, and that one guy who I booked a call with is already in my community anyway. So I mean that's just I mean, me uploading my call recordings and shit, it takes like not really much time, you know, but it's just funny, like it doesn't do shit. Like even for me, when I've got almost 2K subs, you know, I get like up to 500 views on average per video. I still don't get anything happening from it.
Yeah, so most of it comes from the school communities.
Yeah, and then I've got like 300 guys in my community, you know, or like 320 guys in my community, and my calendar is fucking packed, you know, just from school. So I think that I'm just hinting at what we're gonna get onto with the roadmap. Yeah, that's probably a direction we're gonna go into. But anyway, that's besides the point. Obviously, yeah, you've been doing YouTube, been doing networking in school and everything. You know, you're also, I guess, partially worried about people at school finding your channel, you know.
Now I kind of don't even care. Like after what like you were saying, how like people discover your thing, and that, you know, I kind of don't care anymore, low key. Like if they find it, they find it. That's fine. That's
also something else. In fact, let me make a note of that. That's something else I want to talk about. Yeah, no, in fact, I already made a note about that in our last call. But yeah, anyway, in terms of where you currently are, just I guess give a 10-second recap. Obviously in school, don't want to stay in school, doing business, been on some research calls, helping skinny guys in 9-to-5 to bulk up.
Yeah.
That's more or less where you're at the moment. Is that all accurate? Is there anything you want to add to that?
I mean, the calls I've been getting on, like the guys weren't like working 9-to-5. They were just like teenagers and stuff, because I was just trying to get the calls in. So I don't know exactly how to get people who actually work 9-to-5. Like, should I post videos more about that, you think?
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll definitely sort of cover that. Is there anything else you want to sort of add to that recap of where you're currently at?
No, that sounds about right.
Awesome. Well, it's great that you're obviously taking action, already getting onto these calls and everything, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really awesome. But then in terms of obviously where you want to get to, yeah, obviously you don't want to be working a normal job, and that's the whole reason you're doing this in the first place. Like, you want to be making hopefully like 5K a month by the end of this year. I think you set that goal for yourself.
Yeah.
And sort of, I guess, in a year, end of this year, where you'd want to be, in a more tangible sense, probably already living. I mean, right now you're already living the life you want to, you know, but in 12 months you would obviously want to have that money, have the sort of freedom and security that comes with that. And yeah, pretty much just waking up to notifications of getting paid, going on client calls, going to the gym. At least from what you told me the other day, you think it'd still be in like senior year of school, like still being in school, not dropping out.
I would still be, but if I was really like making 5K, I feel like I miss my parents, because I just want to move out already and just like, you know, start living my life and stuff.
Yeah, I realized that while reading through it. It's like 5K a month, you can move out like that sort of money. Like I said, like if you can give 2K a month to your parents and say, look, I'll give you 2K a month if you let me drop out, then
yeah. And even if I don't move out, I could just be at home just working on the business like I'm doing right now on the break, because it's been a lot more productive than whilst I'm in school. So
yeah,
see,
yeah, it's crazy, because I think what happened to me when I dropped out, I was like super ridiculously productive for like the first few weeks. I felt like the world's my fucking oyster, bro. Like, I can travel wherever the fuck I want. I just, you know, need to have enough money and have that security. And then I just got to grinding, and then eventually I got to a point where it was like I felt like I had so much time that it didn't pressure me to work, you know. But then eventually I got over that, and I'm in this period now where I've literally got like, I spend my entire fucking day working, and there's still too much work for me to do, like in calls and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Like I wake up at 10 and go to bed at 1, and there's literally only like maybe an hour and a half out my day where I'm not working, where I'm just like eating, you know, spending time with family. And like that's just my entire fucking life now. And to be fair,
right? It's fun. It's better than being in school and, you know, doing what most.
To be completely honest, like it was fun at the start when I got into this, you know, but I've been at this for like almost 3 weeks now. I've just intense, ridiculous, like constant calls. Yeah. And it gets tiring, you know, like this is my last today. Our call is literally my last call. And it's just like I'm ready to fucking like go to sleep. In fact, no, it's not my last call, because I've got a fucking call with synthesizer scaling from like 10 till midnight. So that's that as well.
Even more. That's part of it, right? That's part of the process, the grind.
But it's really odd, because I just really look forward to just like having 2 hours of just existing and not doing anything, you know. Like going to sleep gets exciting now, you know. It's so odd. Yeah. Then I guess another bad thing is that I don't really exercise or go outside much at all. Like it's been snowing today, and there's a load of snow outside, and I haven't gone outside yet in the snow, you know. And it snows like every other year in the UK. Like snow is really rare. But yeah, you know, sacrifices have to be made and everything. But then the exciting thing is, like, in spring, I can go fucking travel a ton, you know. If I get my business all automatically set up by then and launch the program, then But yeah, for you, we just sort of went on another tangent there. We keep doing that.
A little bit.
Maybe you end up dropping out, you know, if you're making enough. Who says there's anything stopping you from doing that, you know?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, I completely get that. You know, maybe traveling to Dubai and staying there, maybe somewhere else that's warm where there's entrepreneurs, like maybe Bali. I don't know what you think of that.
Well, yeah, it was another idea too, man. Just like any places where there's entrepreneurs.
Yeah. I mean, at least for me, it's like what pulls me more is just like adventure in a way. Like I want, like, maybe I'll settle down somewhere to work, you know, and like have a work period in some other place. But at least for me, it's like when I travel, I want to go like full fucking adventure mode. Like I think I probably said yesterday, like go around the Schengen area with just a sleeping baggy fucking rail ticket and a camera, you know. I just sleep wherever the fuck and have that adventure. But I completely understand the whole thing of like going to Dubai, going to Bali, somewhere like that. You know, and sort of meeting other entrepreneurs there.
I mean, yeah, that'd be also just to settle down, just because I don't like the winter and I don't like the cold, and I work way better in the summer because, you know, you can go outside in the morning and get some sunlight, and it just feels a lot better. So I'd like move there to settle down, but then still go traveling other places. But kind of just set
Yeah.
I don't know, my fucking base right there.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I need to get swing with the tax haven setup at some point, bro. Like, I think I need to do it before, because our tax year is like April to April in the UK. I think I need to do it before April. And honestly, the number one option for me is looking like Georgia.
Georgia?
Not Georgia in the US, like Georgia in like the fucking Caucasus. Really, because they have like 1% tax there, like all round. And they've got like a Georgian version of Dubai there. I don't know some people there, so that looks pretty sick. But
yeah, that sounds cool too.
Yeah, I just don't like the whole energy of Dubai. You know,
you don't like it?
Nah, it's not for me. I mean, I've only been there once, and that was literally through the airport. But the taste I got from that was, I just didn't like it, bro. It was so funny because there was just like a massive group of like 20 guys all wearing like fucking linen or like old money style clothing, doing the Andrew Tate hand signal, smoking cigars. It was literally just like fucking Andrew Tate nicks, like in real life, you know. Just in the fucking like economy class of the Dubai airport, you know.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it just stunk of weed in places and shit. I know they banned drugs, but they were still there.
You just don't like the vibe.
Yeah, I just don't really like the energy of it. I prefer more of like an adventurous place, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously you want to get to that point where you can have that fucking freedom, you know, and you can literally like, oh, I made 2K today. Let me go book a fucking flight to Dubai. You know,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like you can literally press fucking buttons on your computer. You can get on calls with people, and all it takes is 5 calls to make $5,000. You know, and then you can go to fucking Dubai. You know,
that's cool as fuck, and I guess possible too, because tons of people.
It is
like the dream, you know.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous how possible this shit is. I don't know if you saw that post I made in my community where I had that like screen recording of that call with Andrew Kirby. It
was like blurred out, right? Like,
sorry,
was it like blurred out, kind of?
Yeah, that one.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, but he said in there it's just like ridiculous. It's like a fucking money loophole that we're in. You know, it's just ridiculous, bro. You can press buttons on your computer and then speak to people, and like they'll just pay you, and then you can literally change their lives just by telling them advice, you know. And then you get it's just the most ridiculous like fucking win-win scenario ever.
So you're making money in like a positive way by helping people. So it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really fucking crazy, bro. I remember like when I first had this idea of traveling and shit. I remember I just made my first couple $100 of coaching when I was like 14. And I listened to a Hamza video where he said like, yeah, you can literally just like fucking go on a sales call. This is when he didn't promote low ticket courses. He was like, you can just go on a sales call and like pitch a $1,000 offer to someone and make $1,000 and then spend that money and just go on a trip to fucking Dubai or somewhere for a week, you know? It's just crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like with $1,000, that's I mean, maybe not from America, but like a couple $1,000, that's enough to like fucking live in Dubai for a month, you know?
Cheaper too, like everything was cheap over there, so it sounds.
I know you can literally get penthouses for the same price you buy apartments, you know, in the US. Yeah,
it's also definitely like one of the other places I consider. So it sounds like it'll be fun.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous, these fucking opportunities we have and everything. But yeah, I mean, at least to me, it sounds like obviously you're at this point now where you sort of got that solid foundation of building your YouTube, building your school community. Let me just click on. I can't find your school.
Yeah, I've been trying to post in that. Like, I just made it and then I forgot about it. But like, I'm gonna make it to like post at least once a day.
Yeah, obviously, you've started this. You've gotten some calls and everything.
Yeah,
which is really, really awesome. So it's like you got the solid foundation. You know, you've got like the ingredients of the cake laid out. You just need to fucking bake the cake. You know.
Yeah.
That sort of perfect point. So at least for me, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that you're at this perfect point now where if you just had that sort of clear, proven roadmap, that step-by-step action, do this, and maybe potentially also someone to help you to implement that roadmap.
Yeah.
You'd probably be the type of guy to go fully in and take action on that, wouldn't you?
Of course, man. That's literally it. Just being consistent.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to build that foundation, especially.
Yeah. That's great, man. But then obviously in terms of what's been holding you back, you think you're big. I mean, at the moment, you think it's just sort of a matter of time until this works out, because you have been obviously making fast progress, fast strides recently, booking these calls, research calls and everything. But you also need to like have that clarity and knowing you're doing the right things, because it's like you've been doing YouTube in the past, like not trying to do coaching, like just doing YouTube and everything. And then like I think 2 months back, you said you sort of niche down. And then a month ago, you had the sort of idea to only do high ticket coaching. So it seems like it's only been like a recent thing that you've actually sort of got into coaching. And since then, obviously, you've made some really fast progress, which is great, like doing these calls and everything. But then you also think it could be like the fact that you have a lack of time from school and everything constraining you. Exactly. Maybe also getting distracted by other things like your girlfriend and like other things, just getting sort of distracted during the work.
Getting all these negative thoughts and stuff.
Sorry?
Like getting like all these thoughts while I'm trying to work. Like it's
I see that. And so it's kind of like you know what you're doing to a degree and it's working, but at the same time it's like you're not 100% sure they're the right things. And then kind of not necessarily because of that, but then it goes hand in hand with like getting these distracted thoughts, and then you don't get as much work done as you could be.
Yeah, not being productive. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like you're not sure if you're actually, if you've got the right scripts and you have leverage in what you're doing, posting the right videos, saying the right things to people. You're not too clear if everything's actually the right thing. And I guess that hand in hand with getting distracted is sort of your main sort of constraint at the moment. Would you agree with that?
Definitely.
Yeah, I see that. And obviously, like in the past, you've tried scheduling your day, try maybe working before school, like going to sleep early, maybe working before school. I think that's an idea you've had.
I was thinking, but bro, I'd have to sleep at like 8 p.m. and I feel like I would never hit that goal, and then my sleep would just be messed up. So it's like I would think about it, but it's like I don't know.
That's something we all get to. Also obviously trying to schedule your day, that's something else you've tried. And obviously following Imperium Academy and everything.
Fuck, it's a lot of work. That's why just 2 videos next week and really try to like get into deep work, get into flow state so I can get it all done, and then stop time, of course, and implement the things from that.
Yeah, I see that. So how would you think like struggling with this like high distraction rate, if that's how you describe it, and like lack of certainty in what you're doing, how do you think these problems have been affecting you in life, just in general?
Like not being able to focus.
Yeah, not being able to focus, not being like certain what you're doing is like obviously like the best, highest leverage thing. How has that sort of been affecting you?
Dude, it makes me feel bad, like knowing like I want all this success and I want to reach these goals in life, but if like I'm being a bitch sometimes and not wanting to put the work in, I'm not going to get it. So it makes me feel bad, but that's why I really want to lock in and just start doing it right.
Yeah. Because do you think you see that you could be further ahead than where you currently are?
Yeah, I feel like I could be faster. I can make faster progress if I lock in, but it's so hard to lock in when I'm in the moment there and I have to do the work, and it's like, Yeah, I see that. So, I mean, if I could ask you then, like, let's say over the next 6 months, nothing really changes. You just carry on at your current pace. Maybe you carry on booking a few calls, maybe get on a few sales calls, but probably don't close anyone, Like, let's say you just sort of carried on at the same pace. You didn't really improve any of these sort of constraints you've got of getting distracted, of sort of getting really clear and dead set in what you're doing. Where do you think you would probably be like 6 months, in 6 months' time, like mentally and physically, I guess? I feel like it's fucking disappointment, man. If I made no progress in 6 months, like I'd be really disappointed in myself, because I know I have the potential. I know I can do it. It's just about doing it.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Now I want to ask you another question, and this is quite a valuable question to answer. It's also quite a hard question to answer, though. It's a hard question to understand. And so the way I explain this is like, let's say that 6 months ago in summer, we had this call. Yeah. And let's say 6 months ago, you got really clear on everything. You know exactly what you were doing. Yeah, I gave you that sort of dead set, clear clarity, like the roadmap. So it was like you didn't even have to think about what you were doing. You just did it.
Yeah.
And with that, obviously, you would also solve your sort of problem of getting distracted and everything. Let's say you solved that 6 months ago. Where would you be today? And how is that reality different to what your reality currently is? And then from that, you can infer what this is costing you.
Yeah, man, that is kind of complicated, but that'd be, if I knew this 6 months ago, I would have been way ahead. Because before I was trying to do like the low ticket course from Hamza's community, everything, like it was not working, and it was pretty slow growth on YouTube. And yeah, I think if we had this call like 6 months ago, I would have made way more progress right now, and overall would have been happier.
Yeah. So tell me like more about that. Like, you think you'd make more progress?
Yeah, if I had like the roadmap and everything, and like I had to do the right actions to take in order to achieve the goal.
Yeah. Okay. So like, what sort of progress, like on a more tangible sense, do you think you would make?
That I would have made 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Probably would have grown the YouTube quicker, gotten on sales calls, and actually closed at least like a few clients by then. That would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah. That would be really fucking sick. And so then, how is that reality different to your current true reality? Like, how would your life be different now if you'd already closed those first few sales and made that first couple $1,000? Like,
I would have had a ton more momentum, and I would have been like pretty fucking grinding even harder. I think it would have been better, you know.
What would your parents think of it?
They'd be proud, dude. If I was making like $2,000 a month, like it's not enough to drop out, but it would be like, you know, make them happy that, because they believe like the online thing works. Like I'm telling them about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you gotta show me the money first, like show that it works."
Yeah,
they'd be proud, I think.
Like you could probably go for like a week, if you save up, probably go for like a week or two in Bali, like over the Christmas break.
That'd be nice, like even just for a little break, like.
Yeah. Like for me, like when I finish this launch I'm doing in January, like I'm probably just gonna go to like fucking Switzerland or somewhere for a week, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's just kind of mad how we can just fucking do that, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So cool. That would be cool.
Well, at least to me, it sounds like you're obviously pretty committed to solving this, and obviously because you've got so much to fucking gain from this, you know. You're in the starting blocks now. Like I said, you've got the fucking ingredients for the cake laid out. You've got everything ready, and now you've got to fucking bake the cake.
Yeah,
get the sprint going. So, I mean, if I could ask you, like, how committed actually are you to? Would you say you are to solving this?
Like, you know, getting money online.
Yeah, to making this reality, this dream into a reality.
Completely committed. Like I'm gonna give it my all. Like just as much as fitness, like as much as I care about the gym, I'm gonna do it like with this.
That's sick, bro. That's really sick. There's
no other option. I already told everyone, and like in my song, like, oh yeah, I'm not going to college. I'm not doing this shit. Like, not working a normal job and whatever. And like, I have to prove it. So,
yeah. No, fair enough, bro. I completely get that. But I mean, from everything we've gone over, then I think I've got a pretty good understanding of you. But just to make sure, is there anything else you feel I need to know, or anything else you want me to know?
Nah, bro, you got to pretty nail down just the lack of focus, but still have this ambition, like knowing how to be successful and just executing it. Maybe some days, like it's not, I'll never like quit, but it's like some days I just lack the motivation, and like, but I still have the discipline to do it. It's just some days just the motivation doesn't, you know, it's not there.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just reality. You're not always going to be motivated, you know.
Yeah, and then it's like you get bad thoughts, like, oh yeah, what if this just doesn't work? What if I just work a normal job or just go military? Like it's safer. Like you get these like bad, like I just don't listen to them. Just
no, I get that, bro. That's just completely natural. But I mean, that's just something you're gonna get over naturally. It's like for me, it's like I don't get a fucking sale for like four or 5 days, and I'm like, oh no, the world's ending, you know? Oh no. Yeah, and it's just like yeah, I get how it is, because everything becomes relative, you know. If you feel like fucking motivated at 100% constantly, and then one day you go down to 95%, you know, that it feels like it's so much worse when at the same time you're still at like 95%. I know that's a very like intangible explanation, but
exactly. But you still gotta use. I still have that discipline within me to like keep going, not quitting, which is good.
Yeah, that's great, bro. I mean, is there anything else you think I need to know, or I'll be good?
I think that's about it.
Awesome, bro. Well, I just want to say then, obviously, based upon everything we've gone over today, primarily based upon the fact you're already fucking booking calls and you've already taken so much action on this. And obviously also because of the fact I've had plenty of guys in your position or even in significantly worse positions than you. I just want to say I'm 100% confident that I can help you. So yeah, with that being said, would you like me to walk you through your roadmap and how all this shit works?
Yeah, bro.
Awesome, bro. So this is basically your 3-phase roadmap. It's designed to give you basically that sort of one complete clarity that you need to hopefully make your first $1,000, your first $1,000 sale in about the next 3 months. So do you have somewhere you can like take notes or sort of write things down?
Dude, I had this thing to take notes, but like it just did not join this call.
Oh, the note taker.
The note taker.
Yeah.
Let's see if I could get it up real quick.
I mean, I'm recording the call anyway. It's just for my because the way I explain it, it's kind of like you need to understand every part to understand the next part, and so it just makes sense to like write it down as you hear it.
Oh yeah, I'll open up a little document then.
Yeah, that'll work.
Hold up. All right, got it.
Awesome, bro. So, what do you think of like black chocolate? It's just pure cacao.
Black pure?
Yeah, pure cacao. No sugar or milk or anything.
100% fuck. I'd love to try it. I think the most I've had was like 80%. I like it though.
I love it.
Yeah, because it's not healthy to get with too much sugar.
Everyone I've met fucking hates it though.
Oh, really? I mean, I'm probably because everyone's used to all that processed food.
Sorry, you can't fucking speak while it's in your mouth. It's like sticky.
Wait, is it like something you can send to me, or is it just gonna be like you're just gonna say it and I take notes?
Yeah, I'll explain it to you. I mean, you can have the cool recording if you really want it.
Okay. All right, if you could afterwards.
So yeah, it's not like there's gonna be fucking like really specific details you got to get down. I mean, you'll see what I mean. But basically, all right, can't. Eating dark chocolate on a call is not a good fucking idea, bro.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. I mean, I have it because it's got this like weird caffeine shit in, you know. I just want it helps me so much on calls, but and then I crash after it really hard. But, anyway. So there's 3 phases. First phase is what I like to call a line, and this is basically the sort of big setup. Okay. So the first thing that you'll be doing, like I said, there's no like I'm not giving you like any like secret sauce or shit here. This is just like telling you what to do pretty much. You know, I'm not solving the problems for you, but
yeah,
pretty much what this would be is first thing getting clear on your niche. Okay, that's the sort of center core of it. So first thing, it'd be asking yourself what valuable outcomes you've achieved, what credibility you have. From there, obviously understanding who you're going to be helping, their pain points, desires, understanding everything about them. So I think you said you were trying to book research calls with guys who have like 9 to 5s, and most of them don't have 9 to 5s and they're teenagers.
Yeah,
that might be saying to you that you should probably focus on teenagers and not guys who have 9 to 5 because that's who relates in more with you, you know?
Yeah, but then again, they wouldn't be the ones paying, you know, high ticket.
I sell fucking high ticket to young broke guys, bro. If you're good at what you do, people will buy it.
Oh. I was thinking that, but also when I was watching the Imperium Academy, he's like, "Oh, you don't have to be your niche," and I'm like half niche, half like. So it's not. I already know a lot about fitness, about bulking up, so I feel like I could make that exception. But
yeah, you don't have to be your niche, not necessarily. But the other thing is like selling to people who have more money and selling to people who are more qualified means you need to be more qualified. Yeah. And so when I started out, like when I moved from self-improvement coaching to helping coaches coach, I wouldn't be able to help some like guy who's got like a ridiculous, like who's fucking like, you know, super jacked, a ridiculous amount of credibility, because he would go to someone who's more qualified, you know. I was only able to help the complete beginners, but now it's like I'm more qualified, and so I'm able to help guys who are already on like 3K a month, you know, and help them to scale up over time. And so it's like you can't sell to like people who are super qualified with them. I know it sounds so simple. Oh, just sell to people who have the most money. No, because the people who have the most money, they're going to be buying from the people who are the most qualified. You know, you sort of got to climb up the ladder slowly but surely.
Yeah, but I said that's why I'm doing like 9 to 5 workers, not like entrepreneurs. Like they're not like the most advanced in it, because I know a lot about
Yeah.
and the strategies and everything like that, and they're just living normal lives. And since I go to school, I can kind of relate to
Yeah, but that's the thing though, because you're not super qualified. There's 9 to 5 workers. They're going to go with someone else who has worked a 9 to 5, you know. And so the teenagers who relate most with you, who are in school, they're going to come to you. That's just naturally how it's going to be. But maybe, if you have a load of teenagers, you get to a couple of K months with that, you get good at fitness coaching, you have that proof. The 9 to 5 workers who are now more qualified, they might take you on. Like for me, like I said, I started out just coaching like beginners, you know, complete beginners.
Yeah.
Who are like, most of them had like very little credibility. They've been on self-improvement for like 6 months, you know. But now it's like I tend to only work with guys who have more credibility, because the guys who don't have credibility, I can't help them, and I don't want to try and help them if I can't. So I sort of I don't even bother sort of working with them at all. That's just sort of climbing the salmon ladder is what they call it.
I definitely agree with you. It's just like the people that have been coached, where I can just like, they just don't got money, I think. And like, how would I, like, for testimonial work, yeah, it's awesome, but
they have money. They have money, okay? You just need to get better, okay? It sounds fucking brutal and harsh. Everybody has money, okay? If you're selling something that's like 5K, then yeah, maybe fair enough, that's too much, okay? But you can sell like a mid to high ticket offer. And like, if you're selling to guys who are sort of like 18 to like early 20s, you know, or like I mean, I mostly sell guys who are like 16 to like 23, you know?
Yeah, the guys they're like 15, 16, so.
Then maybe you'd focus on like you're 16. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be helping 16-year-olds. I'm 16. I think I don't know what my average age is, but most of them are between sort of like 17 to like 20. You know, and they're like my younger self, but doesn't mean they're younger than me, you know.
Yeah.
So for you, it might be like sort of similar, where you're probably going to be helping guys who are sort of maybe like 16 to 20-ish. To start out with, and then maybe you get good at that, and over time you sort of shift to like busy 9 to 5 workers, you know. And that's when you maybe shift to like a 5K offer or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess some of the people who make like not 20K a year, like 120K a year, you know. But to be able to do that, you need the credibility first. So
how do you think I can get better? So then the people, like the teenagers, you said they all have money, so how can I get them? Like how, like to get
well. That's what I was about to get onto with phase 1. So obviously we get understand the niche, who you're helping. Yeah, that'll probably be teenagers at the start. From there, we can understand how to sort of tangibly package it. So for you, because you're just doing fitness coaching, this isn't really something we'd focus too much on. But for someone who's doing like mindset coaching, let's say, they need to like tangibly package it, because like mindset coaching, no one gives a fuck about that. Instead, you change it to like, I don't know, mental health coaching, you know, and make it more tangible. That's just that in a nutshell, but that's not something we'd focus on for you, because you're just doing fitness coaching.
Yeah.
Then from there, we'll basically be able to set everything up for you. So obviously setting up your whole school, your about page, just like sort of building that so that when people join, there's actually like something there for them, you know, like setting up your membership questions and everything. This doesn't mean like building out a whole classroom section and doing like weekly calls and shit. This just means like having somewhere where people can join, you know, so that you can book calls with them, because at the end of the day, booking calls is the goal. You know, the school group is just a means to get calls booked. Obviously after that, we'll build your offer, obviously build your sort of DM process, call scripts, and sort of all your selling systems, so you know what to do when someone joins your school group. And then for YouTube, probably what we'll end up doing is separating it from the school. And what I mean by that is you treat school as just like almost like a job, where it's like, I make money from school is my job. Yep. I don't think about scaling it up. I just make a couple K a month from it. YouTube then becomes this fun project where I mean, you'll still be doing fitness stuff and everything on it, and you'll still be funneling to the school, but you'll basically not care about the results you get from YouTube, because you'll just be getting so much from school. Like for me, for example, I want to do like day in the life videos, vlogs, films, that sort of stuff. You know, that's not the most monetizable content really, but I'm still going to do it just because it's fun, and then it becomes long-term scalability if it eventually blows up. You know?
Yeah.
And so I separate that. I have more fun with the YouTube and I make more money with school. I completely separate them instead of trying to do them both at the same time. I'm sure you enjoy YouTube, don't you?
Yeah.
And so you basically just have as much fun as you want with YouTube. Do whatever the fuck you want. You know, if that means vlogging yourself, doing whatever the fuck it means doing that, you know, not caring about the results that come from it. And just treating school as the job. There in the first aligning phase.
Okay.
So obviously you're getting this roadmap for free, and so it'd be kind of retarded if you couldn't follow it for free. And so what that actually looks like is you basically following the $1,000 protocol or the new version of the protocol, which is going to come out probably near the end of January. And pretty much, I mean, in the current version, I teach a lot of this stuff, but in the new version, obviously everything will be fully in detail and everything.
I was thinking of that too, like listening to protocol, but then like other, like, you know, I was watching Imperium Academies, like, oh yeah, don't like watch other courses while you're like focused on this one.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, should I still listen to the course?
Well, that's the thing. You're gonna have to decide if you want to follow me or you want to follow Charlie Morgan.
Like, you guys got both great ideas. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. You know, I mean, we're gonna get onto that. So pretty much, if and the other thing is, like, a lot of my stuff I'm teaching is coming straight from synthesizer scaling. You know, and synthesizer scaling is literally coming from 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐲, which is coming from Sam Ovens, the owner of School. So if you're doing single School, I mean, synthesizer scaling, not to fucking like jerk it off or whatever, you know. Or what's the word? Glaze it. Yeah, but they literally do have the best proof in the industry, and that's why I joined synthesizer scaling and not like Charlie Morgan's course or Max Parsons' course or anything like that.
Did you make the $1,000 protocol before the synthesizer scaling, or was that?
Yeah. I've had the protocol since like May, and it's all been based off knowledge from synthesizer and that sort of stuff, both like from guys in that sort of network. But since joining scaling, I've basically just been getting fed the information from the very top, you know.
Yeah.
Because like, if I'm getting mentorship from 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐲, and 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐲's is getting mentorship from Sam Ovens, you know, and Sam Ovens is the guy that's fucking owns School and is the CEO of it. It makes sense. Whereas Charlie Morgan, he comes from more of a beat, like, so School and Sam Ovens and synthesizer scaling is very much of a more like B2C thing, where it's much more beginner friendly, and it's sort of, you're going to be helping other individual guys. Whereas Charlie Morgan's course, it's a lot more focused on like agencies and like how business to business, you know.
Yeah.
So like Imperium Academy would work much better if you were like focusing on like helping gyms to get more clients, you know, or something like that. It doesn't work as well with like B2C, where you're a fitness coach. It still works, but not as well because it's not focused on that. Whereas synthesizer and synthesizer scaling, because it's literally trickled down from Sam Ovens, obviously it makes sense for Sam Ovens to want to have School to be a B2C place, you know, to obviously promote more people coming here rather than just businesses, you know. Synthesizer scaling is naturally more of a, it's focused on B2C. It doesn't teach any B2B at all. And so if you want to be starting out as a beginner in B2C, then obviously following the sort of synthesizer part of it makes much more sense. And then to obviously go on from there, I'm learning from that, and then that's now what I'm teaching.
Yeah, I get that, because when I was in the pyramid, like when I was listening to it, he like talks a lot about like cold calling, but that wouldn't really apply for like, you know, being the coach, right? So that's what.
The other thing with Imperium Academy, he doesn't actually tell you what to do, you know, or he'll say like go do cold calls and shit, but it's like, because he's targeting so many people and primarily B2B, it's very like intangible, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I find with it. If you want to do B2B and just sort of be behind the scenes and then go for it, but at least for me, it's like, from my perspective, like you want to be doing B2C, like fitness coaching, starting out with that, and then maybe scaling up over time, you know, because this is like, this is almost just like gear one of the sort of business, if that makes sense. So you can start out with it easy, but you can't scale up a ton.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on all that?
I think that makes a lot of sense, and it's just like, you know, there's like he has like this whole like sales script and everything. Like I feel like I could take like the advice from that as well, like certain aspects of it, but like yeah, you do make sense. Like he's trying to target like the whole audience. Like with, I've actually got all of Charlie, fucking what am I saying? Charlie Morgan's. I've got all his sales scripts from like his paid programs and everything. And I've obviously also got all the synthesizer scaling ones. And they're pretty much the exact same. The only difference is Charlie Morgan's ones are more focused to B2B, basically. And so like the synthesizer scaling ones, they focus a lot more on the personal pain points and shit. So as you as a fitness coach, it makes sense for you to go deep into like, oh, how is struggling
with being fat affecting you in life, and going deeper into those pain points. As Charlie Morgan's one, instead of going into the desired state much more, it sort of skips over that and focuses on the problems, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because for a business, every business's goal is the exact same, and that's just to scale up, And so they basically skip over the desired state goal bit and focus on the constraints and problems, which is actually what they want to solve, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas in synthesizer scaling, because it's B2C, they focus very heavily on the desired state, because that would be different person to person, and that's very, very high leveraged. Where if you focus on the desired state for each business, it would literally just be, oh, I want to make more money,
Yeah.
Because it's a business, not a person. That's just basically the difference between them. I assume you want to go into B2C and not B2B. So that's that there.
And you paid for Charlie Morgan's the pay program?
No.
Oh.
When you get to, this isn't me trying to toot my own horn, but when you get to this level, you just get everything for fucking free. Everything just gets leaked to you, bro. You just know people who give you the shit.
Yeah.
I had access to all the synthesizer scaling, his calling scripts, and everything like that before I even joined, and then it worked, and so I just joined, for the one-on-one help and everything.
Exactly.
And so I paid $7K, not even for the training of the script, because I already had that. I just paid $7K for the the sort of help and individual advice.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's basically that. You clear on that?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, like I said, you're getting this for free, and so what it'd look like you following it for free would be following the new version of the $1,000 protocol, which is going to obviously come out in the next few weeks. You know how it is, like when you sort of build things yourself and you follow a course and set shit up, you start at level 1 with it, and then over time you eventually get to a point by improving over a few months or however many months, you get to a point where shit works, trial and error, lots of failure. Changing stuff up, but you get to a point where you're like, oh shit, this is actually kind of working, and that's naturally what's going to happen. You do this by yourself, you get feedback in the community, maybe you get a little bit of feedback from me. That's just naturally how it'll be. If we were to work together, however, instead of you starting down here at level 1, you start up from like in level 100, but everything just works from the start. Okay, you'd skip over that period entirely, and that's because I would just do everything for you. Your entire business set up for you. Your school, your niche. I mean, you can't really do the niche for you. It'd be much more like together. We do it, done together. And that's because pretty much we'll just set up all this in this faster learning phase. We'll just go on call as much as we need to and just set everything up and basically build your whole business for you. So obviously your school, your sales scripts, like customizing the sales scripts to fit you and your niche. Obviously there's sort of DM scripts, your offer, everything like that will build it together, and so everything is just working. You don't have to think, oh, like, am I doing this right? Am I following the course right? Because it's literally like, I do it for you. There's literally no thoughts, and so you can literally be like, I'm doing it right. Let's just go. Okay. And not only that, obviously you also get the head start on everybody else, because like, firstly, you won't have to wait a month for the new protocol to come out. Secondly, you're not gonna have to wait those next few months trying to solve the problems yourself and set it up yourself. Everything will just be working from the start. And obviously also you'll have that clarity,
It'll just be kind of like done for you, like done with you. And then
my whole, it literally is my whole coaching. Like the pitch isn't that like, I'm going to make you achieve results you can't achieve on your own. The pitch is that we'll do it together much faster, much better. You'll be happier doing it with more clarity. There'll basically be less pain. It's basically just like, to be honest, like my program I'm starting up eventually when I'm scaling to one-to-many instead of one-on-one, I'm calling it the $1,000 fast lane, because it doesn't help you to make more per se or do shit that you can't do by yourself. It's just faster and it's just easier with less pain. Just to be completely honest, I'm not going to tell you we're going to do shit you can't do on your own, but
it's kind of like you'll make the result either way, but like you'll have to face a lot more problems and like trials and tribulations if you did it by yourself.
Yeah, it's also that it's just much more likely, it's like nothing's guaranteed at the end of the day. But if you want the highest chances in succeeding, that's going to be working with me pretty much. So yeah, what questions do you have about phase 1 then?
Nothing. I mean, I think I understood it pretty well. So.
Awesome, bro. Now, you might be able to guess this. What phase comes after phase 1?
Phase 2.
Bang, right on the money. You should be coaching me, bro. So yeah, after phase 1 comes phase 2, and phase 2 is what I like to call the launch, because you can imagine like phase 1, we decide which direction you're gonna go. You get that clarity, you no longer have to think about what you're doing. And so all your energy is just doing what you need to do. It'll really surprise you, actually. I experienced this myself. Like when you just have everything done for you, and like you don't have to, because you're working with someone, they just tell you what to do, and you don't have to think about what you're doing. It's just so much surprising how much energy you just get back, and how much, not time, but like how much energy. Because when you're doing this shit, you don't have any like thoughts in the back of your head thinking, is this right? How do I improve? You know, because everything's just like, you just become a robot basically, you know, and obviously robots do shit very, very well. And so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing in phase 2, is becoming that robot and just fucking sprinting there once we have that clarity.
Yeah.
And so in this launch period, I mean, I have to explain this concept. So obviously to get sales, you need to be on sales calls. To get on sales calls, you need like traffic. You need people to book the sales calls with. Now that can either be warm or cold, okay? People who you already know, you've already spoken to, or it could be people who don't know you whatsoever. Now, it'll really, really surprise you. It'll probably surprise the fuck to not like you so much, like once you actually do this. But you are probably sitting on a gold mine of warm traffic right now. People who you've met in other school communities who have just seen you around. People, I mean, your school community isn't huge, obviously. There might be a few guys in there, I'm not sure. Obviously on your YouTube too, there's probably a lot of guys in there who've maybe never commented, never actually got in touch or anything like that. There is going to be a really surprising amount of people who know you, who you can easily just get in contact with, and basically eventually pitch your offer to. You can help and then eventually pitch your offer to. And so once we get clear on everything, we are just going to abuse the fuck out of this warm traffic. Now, the thing is, when I did this for myself, I got like, I think 900 people on my sort of, I call it a network consolidation, where you list down everyone you could possibly get in contact with.
Yeah.
And you just list them all out. I got 900 people. About a few weeks ago, I did 100 of that. My calendar has been genuinely fucking full for the past like 2 weeks just from that. And I think, I mean, it's been full from that and also my school traffic. But I've worked out just from those 100 people, so far I've made 3K, and it's looking like it's going to be close to 4 or 5K. Imagine that, 5K per 100 people. If I got 900 people, that's $45,000, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously it takes time to get through that. And look, I am sort of like sitting on a gold mine of warm traffic because I've been doing this for 2 years. But even for you, like if you could get 100 people, book a call with 10% of them, and then close that at 20%, that's $2,000, you know?
Exactly. So it's more just about getting more leads and more potential clients, you know?
It's about abusing the fuck ton out of like it's like a fucking gold mine you're sitting on, okay? Just using up that warm traffic first, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously we've got our whole process about how to message these people and everything, because if they're warm, they know you, maybe you've never helped them before. It's like if you're sort of in the energy of the conversation, if you're equal to them, like you can't sell to them because they're gonna fucking like hate that, you know? And so pretty much the way we'll go about it is you first showing your credibility so you get above them, and then making them see that they're still struggling with it. And then because you're up here and they're not here, you can then be like, hey bro, you want some help? And then you book a call with them. And then you obviously do the whole discovery sales and everything like that. Help them out a bit for free. And that's sort of the way you get to pitching without burning bridges and getting the highest conversion rate. I mean, if I'm getting, let's just say 4K per 100 people on average, you could easily get like 2K per 100 people on average, you know, half that conversion rate.
You mean the number of people I get on a call with, or just like
100 people you contact? So like I said, if you have 100 people you contact, get on a call with 10% of them, close 20% of them at a 20% conversion rate, that's $2,000. Even at a horrible rate of 10%, that's still $1,000, you know? And that's still a lot of money that you're just sort of sitting on, you know? Or you don't have to, that's people you already know. Because it's like, I've spoken with guys before, they're like, got these fucking master plans to do YouTube shorts and try and get leads from YouTube shorts and shit, you know? And I'm just like, bro, why the fuck are you trying to get leads from YouTube shorts when you've got a school community and like 20 people in your DMs who you could potentially help, you know? It's like there's people already in your DMs who you could help, you know? And so we're going to target them first, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I get that.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously doing this by yourself, following the protocol when that comes out eventually. I'm going to teach you all this in the protocol, all the information for completely free. But the thing is, like with this launch, is like you're probably going to get like maybe let's say 10 sales calls in a week, you know, and that is a lot. It might take you like after this launch when we move to cold traffic, it might take you literally another 6 weeks to get 10 sales calls, you know, and so it's literally going to be maybe what 10 times faster, you know, 10 times higher speed during this launch. because obviously it's warm traffic that you've already got that you're just using up.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, like, when you probably know this too, like when you're a beginner, you're going to start out at like level 0 skill level, okay, and it's going to take you time to slowly improve to the point where you can close consistently. The thing is, like, if you could have these, let's say, 10 sales calls during the launch, you don't want to be using those sales calls just to practice to get to the point where you can actually be good at selling. You don't want to waste these sales calls on like practice, if that makes sense. There's no chance of you closing or just basically improving. You want to be using these sales calls to actually get a pitch out. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, because I've been, you mean like the free work I've been doing, like by that to actually try to sell to them instead of just giving it out for free.
Yeah.
Well, because the people, they were definitely like warm leads, I think. So that's probably it was a waste. Yeah,
but that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like, if you don't know what you're doing and you've got a low sales skill, even if you got a scripts but you're not good at using the scripts, you will end up wasting a good amount of these calls. And maybe you end up closing this first sale during the launch when you've got this faster period of traffic.
Yeah.
But overall, you don't want to be wasting this. Naturally you're going to improve slowly over time and eventually get to the point where it works when you're back on cold traffic. But you don't want to basically be wasting this during warm traffic. Okay. If we were to work together, however, not only would obviously we do this much faster and you'd be clear on everything, but also, let's say you're making like one huge critical error on your first sales call, you're only going to make that error once. Like, you're only ever going to make any error once if we work together. And that's because every single call you'll do, I'll review it. And you'll just, I'll point out the error, you're making that problem, I'll tell you how to fix it, and then you fix it and it's gone. It's just gone just so much faster like that. And so instead of it being like slow linearly over time, instead, maybe let's say you waste the first sales call on practice. Then the second one, maybe you sort of waste that a little bit, but there was a bit of a chance of pitching because you're improving. By the third one, it's good. By the fourth one, it's even better. Fifth one, you're doing fucking crazy. And that's because it'll be much more of an exponential graph as I sort of give you feedback. Like, I don't know if you've ever played any sports like under a coach, but it's so much better having a coach who's telling you how to improve compared to watching a fucking YouTube video,
And trying to do it yourself,
Yeah. That's the whole thing about getting the clarity and the feedback and everything. It's all one-on-one, and it's just so much faster for you to improve. But yeah, what questions do you have about phase 2 then?
So you think like the people that I've been kind of coaching for free, because I basically just made them like protocols to like lean bulk and everything. You think that they could still be clients if I offered them even more help?
Yeah. So it'll depend on how you've already like framed it with them. But more or less, you can just go like, hey, bro, I've got some idea to help you a bit more, or something like that. And then I don't know if you've already done like discovery with them or whatnot. It'll depend on what you've already done, how we frame it. But eventually you'll get to a point where it's like literally how I'm doing now with you. Like, I'm literally going to teach you the exact same shit I do, bro. Whereas it's like you'll give them some sort of free roadmap, free resource, free help. Yeah. And then it'll be like, well, you can do it yourself. Or if we work together, it'll be faster, easier, better, I literally takes it.
So I don't think I wasted those calls then, right? Because I don't think maybe they weren't like wasted.
No. But what I mean is, once you sell to someone, you can't ever really sell to them again unless it's like months later and it's completely changed. Same with a girl. Like, you ask a girl out, and I mean, I guess you could ask her out again if it is in the right context. But
I didn't pitch them. Like, I didn't try.
Yeah, okay, they're not wasted then. Perfect. That'll be part of your launch. That'll be like the top client, what's the word? Prospects.
That's actually a good idea. I think like just be like, I'll take you a step through it, like, and then so you can actually.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, you don't want to pitch to them and be bad at pitching to them and waste it like that.
Okay.
That's what I said about wasting it. Because if you pitch to him and you do it in the most horrible way ever and he thinks you're a scammer, you ain't pitching to that guy again. You're never gonna want to go with him again.
So just get better at sales before trying to pitch to them.
No. We get better at sales while pitching them. But the thing is, like, it's pretty much guaranteed. Obviously, I can't guarantee anything, but it'll be pretty much guaranteed that you'll improve much faster and you'll like waste significantly less calls on practice if we were to work together. Obviously, because you'd improve much faster.
Okay.
But yeah, do you have any other questions about phase 2, the launch then?
No, that sounds about right.
Now, I think you might be onto me. Can you guess what phase comes after phase 2?
Phase 3.
It's phase 3, bro. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm coaching you here, man. You got it all down yourself. Phase 3 is what I call scaling. Now, I find that for a lot of guys after phase 2, they make their first 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. What happens is they kind of get complacent. They're like, I'm getting so many calls booked. I'm getting so much traffic. I made like $2,000 this week. I'm on $8,000 a month. I don't need to think about anything. But the thing is, because it's a launch, you just get that big spike all at once. And you know what's going to happen after that is going to come straight back down. Yeah. And if you think that you've got everything sorted because you had that big spike, and then you go back down, you're going to fail and you're going to lose it all. And so that's basically what phase 3 scaling is to counter. Once we do that first sprint in the launch, this is keeping you moving at fast pace, okay? And basically helping you prepare for doing future launches.
Yeah.
And so what this is, in terms, I mean, phase 3 is kind of like half a phase in comparison to the first two. It's much less significant. But what this is getting evergreen traffic and like new cold traffic in to your community. So what this would be is obviously networking in other communities, being active in other communities, finding that one really good community, getting to the top of the leaderboard and just getting a fuck ton of calls. But like, do you know Evan Smith? Have you seen him around in the community? Yeah, he's like #1 in Library of Adonis. And before we worked together, he had 30 sales calls in 6 weeks. Didn't close a single one. No, he closed like 2 for like $300 total at like a 6% conversion rate. And so we started working together now. And but obviously it's to solve his constraint of conversion. But for him, he's literally getting like he's getting like, I don't know, 5 guys a day join his community, like 3 to 5 guys a day, I think. And he's getting like multiple calls booked a day. I think he sent me a photo earlier. He's got like 6 sales calls for like tomorrow, something like that. He's getting his first sale. Like you're seeing that win post coming soon, bro, from him.
Yeah.
But, for him, it's like we haven't even done the fucking launch yet, bro. He's got 80 guys in his community we haven't even contacted because he's getting that much like cold traffic at the moment. We don't even need to focus on doing the launch.
You're not doing the launch for him yet.
No. We are gonna do it eventually. But we're almost just because he's getting so much cold evergreen traffic, just regardless, you know, that we're just focusing on that. We're gonna get him his first client with that at some point. Because if he was to contact everybody, bro, like his calendar would be full as well, like mine.
Yeah.
And for when we do that, I want him to practice and be good and close his first client or 2 before that. And so we're gonna do that. We're basically doing scaling before the launch for him, just because of his situation. But obviously for you, we won't end up doing that. Okay. But the point I was gonna make was, you'll be doing something like him where you're at the top of the leaderboard in the community. You're getting people in from that community, like networking in there, and you're getting people to join your community. Another thing is like school discovery will eventually get you to. Like I've sort of figured this out for myself recently. I'm now like 232 in the money category, which is like the most competitive category. So I'd probably have a star if I was in like the fucking hobby category or something like that. You know. And so because I'm so high up on discovery, I'm literally just getting like 3 or 4 guys a day now join my community. I'm just getting given fucking traffic, bro. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely crazy. And we'll eventually get your community to that point where you're just getting automatic traffic, you know. But to start, it'd be getting traffic from other communities. Obviously growing your school, like eventually building out your classroom section, you're maybe building out your community. So you actually have a bit of a community there, because at the end of the day, it's like there's the primary actions, you know, like booking calls and doing sales calls, which are going to make you money. For example, that's kind of the same as like doing YouTube videos when you're trying to grow your YouTube. If you would only do YouTube videos, you would grow. Yeah, that's like the primary action. Same with sales calls. You do sales calls, you make money. Then there's like secondary things like the classroom section, you know. And like the community, like having a community energy, that's kind of equivalent to like your profile picture and banner and shit, you know, and the tags on YouTube, where it's like, yes, it'll help you, but it's not going to make you money on its own, you know. Like having a good banner isn't going to make you money. It's just going to help you do more if you've already got good YouTube videos. Same with the classroom section, you know. It'll help you do better only if you've already got good calls going, you know. It's like a multiplier. But obviously, if you multiply 0, you still got 0.
You got to focus on the main things first, right? So.
Yeah. And then once that's good, we can add these like extra like incremental percentages on top of that. And so that's kind of what this phase 3 scaling is about. It's like beefing out your business and eventually getting ready to scale. Where if you maybe have like 5 clients, it might be starting some sort of client like group coaching thing, you know. And instead of doing one-on-one, you sell one-to-many, you know. And then your one-to-many, your group coaching is like $1,000. And then your one-on-one ends up being like $3,000, you know. And then at that point, you start selling to guys who are doing like the 9 to 5 and stuff, you know. Scaling the plan, like shifting through the gears. And a big thing in here is just like consistently improving over time, slowly making tweaks. Again, this is like sort of half a phase in relativity in comparison to the first two. You know, it's also quite more intangible because it depends what we do in the first two phases for what we do in this third phase. But scaling is scaling. It's basically making it easier for you to make the next $1,000 pretty much. And yeah, obviously doing this by yourself, again, you're going to have much less clarity in knowing what you need to be doing. That's just obviously natural. You know, again, you might be making some huge critical error you take much longer to see compared to if we work together. It'd be much faster, much easier. You know, you'll improve much more exponentially, and you'll still have that clarity, knowing exactly what you should be doing, not even having to think about it, because I'll be telling you what to do. So yeah, what questions do you have about phase 3?
Nothing much, bro. It looks pretty solid. I wrote these notes down and I'm understanding it well, so
great. Now can you guess what comes after phase 3?
Phase 4.
Nope, there is no phase 4. Phase 3 is the end. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of juked you there. Yeah, do you think you're all clear on the sort of roadmap then?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So obviously doing that by yourself, it'd be following the protocol when that comes out, getting feedback from the community, that sort of stuff, maybe getting a bit of advice from me through the community. But if we were to work together, how I would actually help you. Now, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I don't want you to be paying for coaching, okay? I want you to be paying for the results. And what that means is I don't want you thinking, I've got this many minutes calling Sam this week, this many text messages left to send him in the next 5 hours or some shit like that, bro. Yeah. I'll think about the coaching because I'm the coach. You think about getting sales tools booked and closing because obviously you're the student here. And so what that means is you'll just have unlimited access to me. So there'll be unlimited one-on-one alignment calls in the first alignment period where we set everything up. On average, we call clients for about 8 hours, I believe. It's probably like closer to 9 or 10. I haven't worked that out in a while. But basically, we'll have as much time as we need to build your business and get your business set up from the start. There'll obviously be one-on-one checkup calls, unlimited one-on-one review calls. Yeah. For when you're in the launch period, you need sales calls reviewed and everything like that. Unlimited feedback and reviews and clarity through WhatsApp. And unlimited voice note support. Unlimited, obviously, reviews of your calls through Loom videos, which is something we'll do a lot. Basically just unlimited fucking clarity. Like, so I don't want there to be any limits on how I can help you, because like in the past I would do it where it's like you'll get like 30 minutes of calling with me a week, and it'd be like 1 week we don't need to call and we waste 30 minutes, and the next week we need an hour, and then we only have 30 minutes, you know. And so it's like it's more about the freedom, because if you try and call me for 10 hours a day, it ain't happening, bro. I'll just say that. We call as much as we need to and no more, you know. And obviously I trust you not to fucking try and abuse this shit. It's basically just about having freedom. And obviously it's like I'm in the UK, so I think are you in Florida?
What?
Are you in Florida?
No, I'm in Connecticut.
Shit, for some reason I thought you were in Florida, bro. I don't know why I thought that. But yeah, I mean, so you're EST times though, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I think I'm 5 hours ahead of you then. Yeah, but I mean, I've got a really fucking late sleep schedule anyway. So if I go to bed at like 1 a.m., that's literally like what? That's like 8 p.m. for you. So we've got a relatively similar time zone, just because I go to bed late anyway. You know. So what I was gonna say is, and I have to bring this up with everyone, is that I'm gonna be asleep from like 1 a.m. to like 10 a.m. You know, or away, where I obviously won't be able to like message you back on WhatsApp and shit, but for you, it's like that's going to be like 8 p.m. to like 5 a.m. So that's pretty similar to like your time anyway. So it's like for guys in Australia, that becomes a bit of a problem, you know, because it's like for when they're awake, I'm asleep, you know. But that won't be a problem for us. I just need to say that, obviously. And obviously, it's like I'll have notifications on for WhatsApp, and so if you've got anything, you just send me a message. This is part of my work I love the most, because I can just be working, you know, while spending time with family and shit, you know, or other stuff, and I just like work while doing it and help people. It's awesome. But yeah, in terms of how I'm to help you, like the delivery side of this, like what questions do you have about
that? Nothing much, man.
That's awesome, bro. You're clear on everything.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I guess just to go into more depth on how we'll help you through each phase. So the alignment, first setting up, that's primarily going to be just a ton of calls. Like I said, like I think on average, it's going to be more than 8 hours now, but on average, it's 8 hours of calling per client. I do just set everything up. Sorry?
That's for phase 1.
Yeah, that's for phase 1. Obviously we call as much as we need, but that just sort of sets everything up, and it's like I'll go really deep into your fucking psychology to understand how best we touch these pain points and desires for the niche and everything, you know.
Yeah.
We go really deep into the shit and we get everything just working from the start. Obviously, then in the launch, primarily it's going to be cool reviews, mostly through like Loom videos. So there'll be a lot of that going on. Like you just send me a cool review. You know, I sort of record a Loom video on it and everything, and give you the feedback. So you're just getting constant feedback on everything, improving much, much faster.
Yeah.
And obviously in the third scaling phase, that's much more sort of checkups, consistent improvement over time. And obviously sort of giving you the clarity and the next steps moving forward to scale up. But yeah, what stands out to you about all of that then?
What do you mean like stand out?
What part do you think you like the most?
Probably the align, like you said, like 8 hours just to really nail down like the niche and everything like that.
Yeah. It's not all at once, obviously. It's usually be over like the first week, but that just gets, like you said, everything nailed down. So you probably know, like following Imperium Academy right now, like there's some shit you're not super clear on, you know? You sort of know what you're doing, it's not totally clear. Here we get it's like totally clear, like you don't even have to fucking think about what you're doing, you know? You just do it. Yeah, so I completely get that. Do you have any other questions or anything about this?
No, man, I got no questions.
Awesome, bro. So I want to ask you a few more questions now. And the first question, you'll understand what I mean when I ask it, but the first question is kind of like a setup question for the next questions, okay?
Okay.
And that first question is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being like, you can't wait to leave this school right now, and 10 being like, you can't wait to fucking start working with me. How confident are you that I can help you?
Probably like a 7.
A 7, that's pretty good. Now, why not a 1?
Why not a 1?
Why not a 1? Yeah.
You have a lot of credibility and you've been giving me good advice already, so it's like
I appreciate that, man. Is there anything else?
Nah.
Okay. Now, if I could ask you, what would it take to make this a 10 for you?
I mean, depends on the price, bro. I don't really got like money that like.
Okay.
That's why it's like.
I mean, I understand that. We might be able to figure something out with that, but let's say price isn't an issue whatsoever. Mm-hmm. What number is it out of 10?
Probably like a 9. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
Why not 10?
I'm confident in it. It's just like, you know, just the price. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. But I mean, let's say you fully had the money. Price isn't an issue. What's stopping that 9 from being a 10?
Nah, it'd just be a 10. I was just saying 9.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
But yeah, obviously the sort of price and everything, I guess that's sort of big thing. So, I mean, before we get to that, do you have any other questions?
No.
Awesome, bro. So obviously in terms of the investment, we just take care of it on the call. Because I do it through like the school classroom section. And so sometimes that's like buggy with the cards and shit. So it just lets us get around that. And then also obviously lets us book in as soon as possible to start the alignment period. So with that being said, I also want to say, and I hate sort of putting pressure on you, but I kind of also want to be honest. In January, like later on, like probably around about the time I release a new protocol, I'm going to be basically making my flagship offer into like a one-to-many group program. Like I said, like $1,000 fast lane is what I'm going to call it. So instead of like my flagship offer being the one-on-one, I'm going to transition that to like group coaching pretty much, but there'll basically just be less one-on-one help. Yeah. Obviously there won't be unlimited access to me. It'll be more of a group thing. It'll still be following the whole same roadmap, but it'll just be much more group access, you know. And that'll obviously be for the same price point because I'm just sort of decreasing what they get, if that makes sense, to scale up.
Yeah.
But with that being said, obviously, because you're here right now, my current price is just $997. Is that something you can afford?
Nah, bro. I'm trying. No. That's a lot of money, dude.
I understand that, man.
Yeah, I definitely believe in you. Like, I'm confident in you. Like, you've been giving great advice. It's just like got the budget for that. Yeah,
no, I understand. I mean, the whole reason you're here in the first place is obviously because you don't have much money, you know. So
yeah,
I'm not going to blame your shit, but I mean, are you like sure you can't afford this?
Yeah, bro. I got what, $50. That's
Do you think there's anything else like holding you back at all
from buying the coaching?
Yeah.
No, like I'm confident in you. Like I'd love to work with you. It's just I don't have money, so
I appreciate that. So if you had the money right now, you'd be like 100% confident to get started.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like I would like one-on-one things, but I do know it costs money, and you know, access to your time and everything. Obviously, that's worth a lot. So
I understand how it is. I mean, if they could ask you then, why would you do it if you had the money?
Because the clarity, just you know, having someone guide you step by step to like achieve my goal.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, This is quite a personal question, but if you don't mind me asking, like, what is your like financial situation like at the moment?
I mean, I already thought like $50, and
Yeah,
I got a job because they're not hiring me at this part-time place. Like I've been trying to apply, but I got like no budget right now. That's
no, I get that. So do you think it'd be possible at all in the future to eventually be able to afford this?
yeah. In the future, once I get a part-time at least to make the most,
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Wh-
possible.
when do you think that would be?
I don't know, bro. I've been applying. They're not calling me back, and
No.
I gotta keep searching.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, obviously I'm not fucking believing you're fucking putting up some sort of fake smoke screen saying that like, oh, I can't afford it, when in reality it's like it's something else. I'm not gonna like pressure you or anything, bro.
Yeah,
I understand how it is, and maybe eventually you can join the $1,000 fast lane in the future.
that'd be awesome.
When that happens. I mean, the only other option is if you were to work with me one on one at this point, would to be basically putting down a commitment fee, where you basically put down $150 today, 15%, and then when you have the next 850, that's when we start working together. But then it locks in my current offer because like you're sort of reserving your spot,
So like I put 150 and I reserve the spot, and then once I pay you the other, then we work one-on-one.
Yeah, yeah. And so even if it's in like February after I've started and my one on one is now 3K, we'll still work together for just 1K.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I still don't have 150 though. It's like,
Yeah, fair enough. I don't want to just like take your money, man, if it's if it's not really going to do anything. But
yeah,
no, I mean, I push that to guys where it's like maybe they've got like $500 saved up, and they make like 300 a month or some shit, and they'll be able to afford it in like 2 months. That's who I'd like sort of push it to, because then obviously you get the deposit and lock in their spot and everything. But
yeah.
do you think there's any other way you could get the money? Like, could you ask your parents or anything like that?
It's because they just gave me money and everything, so it's not.
Yeah, like for like Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, I already spent the Christmas money. That's why.
Oh, what, bro?
I bought like supplements and shit, like
Oh, fair enough.
food
Yeah,
and everything. So
yeah, fair enough.
that's
Yeah. Is there any other way you could get the money or?
I don't think so, bro. But like,
Okay, well, I don't want to like pressure you and fucking burn a bridge or anything,
yeah,
So
yeah, I understand.
yeah, I obviously understand how it is, helping young broke guys. It is what it is,
Yeah.
And you'll probably learn this eventually yourself too. It's like money will just be the biggest objection ever. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, just to be, I guess, transparent, it's like I've been on fucking what, full sale still to this day, and everyone's had the same objection of, oh, I don't have enough money, but that's because everyone's literally been 16, so
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is, and I understand. I mean, there's a guy who he's put down like a commitment fee. He's from Sweden, and he's literally got like a fucking like Uber biking job in like negative 20 degrees Celsius weather, to sort of make this happen. But I mean, I understand how it is. Obviously, if you're applying for jobs and shit, and it ain't working, then
yeah.
maybe you end up joining the fast lane in the future.
What I'm thinking of, like, hopefully I can get a job by then and then join that community, even if it's like a little less personal. Like, it will still be great help to get like mentors.
I mean, I'm gonna do it in the way of like cohorts, where it's like I'll do like launches with it, and so I'll have to estimate sort of how many people I think I can get in. But let's say the price point is like 1K, and I think I can get 15 people in if I do like the first launch, which is honestly, I could probably get more than that if I did enough calls. But let's say I open like 15 spots. It's like I would open 15 spots and only 15 spots. And even if other people wanted to pay me, I like wouldn't take it, because if you start doing that, then you start to like obviously diminish the goodwill and shit, not being on your word. But then at the same time, you need to open a certain amount of spots for scarcity and shit. And so, yeah, maybe you end up joining the first cohort or maybe the second. But all I'll say is, like, as I do more cohorts, it's going to be more people joining each time, and probably for around the same price point. I might end up decreasing prices in the future if it's like I've got a lot of traffic,
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Overall, at the start, at least for this first cohort, it'd very much be like not unlimited access to me, obviously, but it'd be very heavily like I'd be involved in it. There'd still be a lot of like multiple hour long onboarding calls and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
In the alignment period, and everything, and a lot of like one-on-one reviewing. Again, I don't know all the specific details of it. I'm still sort of building it out and sort of getting clear on it.
Okay.
Actually, this is actually valuable for me. If I could ask you, like, in some sort of program like that, like, what would you, let's say in a month's time when I launch it, you suddenly had the money, like you found like $1,000 bill on the street or some shit like that. I don't know. And you were going to join. Like, what would you want out of it? If I can ask you, like, what would like
the program?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to start making like money on like 5K a month. Like, is that good? But you're not like promising numbers. You're just like promising like this roadmap.
No. So I don't know if I made this clear or not with my coaching. I think this is a huge flaw I have in my pitch. I don't make it clear that the whole coaching is like a 3-month thing with the goal of making your first 1,000. That's what the whole coaching is centered around, basically, and that'll be with the $1,000 fast lane. That'll be the same thing. It'd be like 3 months. You pay 1,000, you make your first 1,000 back, pretty much.
So it's just 1,000. So it's not like making like crazy amount of money. It's like guaranteed make.
It's got the goal of making your first $1,000 sale.
Okay. Yeah, I think I understand that now. I didn't know that so much before.
So in a program like that, like what would you want out of it?
I mean, like what you just said, like 1,000. I was expecting like more, I guess, but I don't know. It wasn't too clear.
It's literally going to be my one-on-one offer, but in a group setting,
Yeah.
So the whole course trainings will literally be that roadmap I've just laid out for you, like a line, launch, and scale. I can like show you actually what I've sort of started to build out. Yeah, so that's just the reality of what it is like sometimes, people don't have money. I don't want this to be unrealistic and that all the sales calls recordings I upload are just me closing and that I've got 100% close rate, because that isn't the truth. I've got around, I think, 20%, I said. It hovers between 20 and 25% normally. And the biggest number one objection I have, I think I'm pretty good at making sure it's not a smoke screen, is just price. Because obviously selling to young broke guys, it's not the best niche when you want to be selling high ticket. But I love helping my boys, bro. And if you are sort of like my younger self in that you're doing some sort of self-improvement YouTube, some sort of self-improvement related coaching, then I really want to help you. So if that's you and you want to get help from me and you watch this entire fucking video through, there's no way you're watching this whole hour 20 recording of me on the sales schools and not joining my free community. So yeah, free community, again, completely free, no surprise pitches or shit. Like, you've literally just seen my whole sales process. Like, the way I fucking go through it is, if I see you, I want to help you, I offer to book a free call with you at first, help you some for free in that first call, and then second call, I'll be like, yeah, bro, we can, work together more. I'll tell you about sort of my offer, literally how I did in this call. Like, my whole fucking sales process. There's no sneak attack pitches or any sleazy bullshit like that. This is just fully fucking honest. That's why I can give away my whole sales process on YouTube, So go join the $1,000 protocol, even if you don't have the money to buy from me with my super ultra high ticket $1,000 offer or anything like that. I've still got a ton of free stuff in there, bro. The whole $1,000 protocol for completely free will really, really help you. That's all in there for completely free, because at the end of the day, bro, I fucking love you, man, and I really, really want to help you. But yeah, that's that. Again, I want to keep this realistic. So yeah, comment your thoughts down below for the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, primarily join my free school. That's sort of where I'm trying to get you with these videos. That's where I'm trying to like funnel you to, because even if you don't buy, it still helps me with the growth and activity and everything. So yeah, bro, that's that from me. I appreciate you watching the last hour and 20, and I really hope this has sort of helped you and given you some more insight into how this shit actually works. But yeah, that's that. And yeah, click subscribe, like, do all that YouTube shit, comment for the algorithm, even though this video ain't gonna get too many views because it's so long. But anyway, that's enough of the app. Au revoir.